May. First live on the new channel. Do not have my gimbal because my backpack was a little on the heavy side yesterday and I didn't even use it. But I at least wanted to do a very short live going on Animal Kingdom's Kilimanjaro Safari. See some animales. So we're the next group to board, and let's see what we can see. We should see some giraffes, some zebras, some rhinos, cheetahs, cats, lions, my favorite. My high school mascot and my college mascot were lions. So, hey, there's somebody here. Somebody's actually here. Wow, welcome in, welcome in. I feel weird without my gimbal though. It's kind of a strange thing. And oh, this guy is loud. Let's switch it around so we can see what we're doing. Patricia from the Netherlands. Wow, thanks for joining me. I'm sorry if it's jerky. I did not bring my gimbal because I'm trying to make the backpack as light as possible, and I've got a couple of bottles of water in there that really adds to the weight. So, and weight is, W-E-I-G-H-T, as opposed to being in the line right now, which is a W-A-I-T. Elizabeth, hello from Sweden. So I've got two people here. One's from Netherlands, one's from Sweden. That's fantastic. I love having an international audience. You guys rock for being here. I just figured at least, I'd be putting some content up on the new channel. I did do some recording on my regular camera yesterday at Epcot. So when I get some time, last night I was so beat because I'd only gotten maybe 2.5 hours sleep the night before. So I didn't take the time to upload, edit together any footage to go up. But hopefully I'm going to be able to do some of that tonight. If not, I'll put up a bunch of stuff on Monday when I'm back home in Tampa. My friend from Rhode Island elects to not be on camera, so I'm going to do my best to not show her. And as soon as we get a bus, we'll go in Vogue. Good morning from Ohio. Hello. Oh, you're in Indiana now. Well, welcome to Disney. Welcome to Disney, and I hope we can show you guys a lot of cool animals today. Well, thank you, kind sir. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have a bus. I need to put my stick down on the ground here, if you guys don't mind. All right. And there's our driver. It's going to be bumpy without the gimbal because it's a bumpy road. So here we go.
Welcome aboard the Kilimanjaro Safari. My name is Zach. I'll be your driver and safari guide today on the Harambe Wildlife Preserve. A couple important safety items though before we get going. Please make sure that at all times you remain seated, keeping your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the truck. Hang on tight to all of your personal belongings too. If anything does happen to fall
That's cool, in Vogue. When do you plan on coming?
People to stop and grab it. Just please let me know. We'll try and get back to you as soon as possible. I just can't guarantee it's going to come back in the same condition that you lost it.
Ruh-roh.
Once we get our final all clear from our warden, we'll head out on the reserve, go see what we can find. So in the meantime, above your heads, you're going to find an animal spotting guide. Now, we may not see every single one of these animals on the reserve today. I definitely can't stop for all of them. They won't always stop for us.
I want them all, Zach.
Make sure you've got those cameras ready.
All right.
Our safari today is going to start out in the Little Italy Forest. Animals out here do tend to rely on camouflage to hide themselves from predators, so sometimes they're a little hard to spot. Let's keep our eyes out, see what we can find nearby. We have some pretty good luck out here today. Looks like we're off to a great start. On the right-hand side there, you can see an okapi. Dark brown animal, black and white stripes are legs and hind.
Zoom in for you guys.
Despite the black and white stripes, the okapi are not close related to the zebra. They're in fact the closest living relative of the giraffe.
I hope you can hear our guide, Zach.
Skull structure to the giraffe, as well as a long purplish black prehensile tongue, just like them. And the okapi's tongue can reach about 13 to 14 inches long, and that's
Oh.
actually long enough if they want to. Okapi can lick their own eyeballs.
Oh, I always wish I could lick my own eyeball. Hi, baby. Sorry for the bumpies, you guys. Hi, sweetie.
Up ahead of us here, you can see just at the top of the
Oh,
hillside,
nice.
black winged bird in the bushes. That's a saddle-billed stork. And hanging out here
Hi,
closer
buddy.
are the greater kudu, kind of a light brown sandy
Oh,
brown animal with no
nice. Let
horns.
me zoom out so we don't make anybody sick.
So the two we saw back there, we know weren't else. Kind of to your left-hand side, though, just across the water, you can see a black rhinoceros back there past
We'll be
that
okay with that.
tree.
Oh.
There's some active distance.
Oh, the rhino.
They are one of 5 total species of rhino in the world.
There he is. Oh, he's so bumpy, you guys. I'm so sorry.
Reaching about 2,600 pounds fully grown, so the word small is relative. Black rhinos also have 3 heads.
Did the guide say the opaque is related to? I think yes, he did. Let's see if we can get these guys beyond the bushes.
Both male and female bongos with the horns that they have. Those horns are sort of twisted and arched backwards.
Yes, he actually said that they look like they would be related to the zebra, but in fact they're more closely related to the giraffe. So yes, you're right.
Right now, though, so I think we're going to start making our way out towards the Safi River. See if we can find a register.
Should have brought my gimbal. I just wanted to take some friends along on a safari with me.
Great place to see some aquatic animals, so we're going to keep a lookout for any dark shadows in the water. See some bubbles popping up here and there. Both of those are great signs we might see some activity nearby.
All right, guys, we're gonna look for dark spots in the water.
I can already see a couple of pink-backed pelicans on this island to your right-hand side. Larger white, almost light gray birds with long yellow bills. Their name comes from their mating season when the skin of the back is so lush with a bright pink color. Now, typically just in pairs, anywhere between 20 to over 500 pairs in a single group, totaling well over 1,000 birds. Looks like some Nile hippopotamus on your left-hand side here, too, just back behind the island.
Oh, we got some hippos. Oh, yes. We're gonna see if we can get some spot where I can see them for you. There we go.
Water about 16 to 18 hours a day. Can even hold their breath for about 8 minutes at a time, fully submerged before they need to come up for another one. Hippos might look like they have a lot of fat in their bodies, but they really don't. They're mostly made of muscle. It actually sinks to the bottom a whole lot easier than they float up to the top. To get around, they'll usually run along the bottom of riverbeds, and they can reach speeds around 20 miles per hour when they want to. But that doesn't mean hippos can't swim. They're actually very good swimmers.
Turkeys.
Some of their closest known relatives being dolphins,
When you go on the
whales,
behind the
and
scenes tour,
manatees.
they walk you over this thing.
I really want to go across that bridge.
There's also some Nile crocodiles out here on the shorelines.
That's a special thing you can buy for like 200 and something bucks, where you do the whole safari stuff and you get to walk across that bridge and all that kind of business.
Species of crocodile in Africa, reaching over 500 pounds, over 16 feet long. They have a bite force of about 2,000 pounds per square inch and can easily keep around half their body weight in a single sitting. That's about a 250-pound meal. Don't let all that scare you. Crocodiles are also some of the best parents in the entire animal kingdom. They're highly protective of their eggs. And when it gets close to time for those eggs to hatch, they'll roll them around inside their mouths. What that does is sort of pre-crack their eggshells without crushing them, and it makes it easier for baby crocs to hatch whenever they're ready.
It's interesting. I don't know if you guys heard that.
It's the largest
I'll try to recap when I can.
tree coverage out here. Instead of relying on camouflage, animals on the savanna tend to rely on their safety in numbers and speed to outmaneuver predators. Coming up on your right, one of the most important types of tree on the savanna, called a baobab tree. It's this really big one without any leaves. The baobab trees are completely leafless for about 9 months out of the year. And during that time, they'll store extra water inside their trunk. And when they do have leaves, if there's not any fresh water around, they can still grow. But that kind of makes it look like their roots are above the ground, which is going to give them the nickname of the upside down tree.
This is the exact spot that our truck broke down the last time I did the safari. We were sitting out here for about a half an hour and had to have a tow truck bring us back
The wood
in.
is kind of like a spongy texture. It's like bringing out that sponge. And that gives those trees the second nickname of the Tree of Life. Speaking of life, it looks like we had some luck here on the stand today. A couple of wildebeest out there to your right.
Here we go.
Like your animals, the black stripes, grayish black horns. You guys see some Angolan cattle ahead of us in a minute. See what we're gonna look at.
I feel like it's so bouncy, I'm making you guys sick. Promise I'll bring my gimbal next time I try this.
It's one of the largest groups in the world. Excellent to keep it to horse. We are going to find an animal den at the head here too. See if there's any predators around. It's typically where they make their homes. Most of them in Africa are nocturnal, so they're probably still sleeping this time. Now, you might see something moving around back there. I think that was an African painted dog. I'll try to get a little bit better look around this dog here. We'll also get a great look at the Ankoli cattle too.
Ankoli cattle.
You can see the painted dogs a little bit better back there behind that den. There's some of the most successful pack hunters in all of Africa. About 4 out of 5 times.
Let's see if I can zoom in and see if we can see the painted doggies. I don't think I got it. Sorry, guys. We'll get that. Oh, hello, big guy. Hi. Nice horns, mister. Hi, guys.
I just passed by the Ankoli cattle.
Sorry, I missed the.
Oh, yeah. Ankoli cattle are some of the only domesticated species in the reserve.
Oh, Catherine, thanks for stopping by, hon. All right, let me go back.
Both males and females with enormous horns in their heads, but despite their large size, those horns are relatively lightweight, only about 20 pounds each.
Termite mounds.
That's because they're mostly hollow.
Termite mounds on the left.
Yes.
Okay, end of May and then October. I'll definitely be there here in October. I live only like an hour and a half away, so I come fairly
I
often.
think the sable antelope in particular comes out in the wild, and they're forced into a fight or flight response. 9 times out of 10, they're actually going to hold their ground in a fight. We find that really admirable. The ones we saw back there, we also know were all females based off the coloring of their coats, which were chestnut brown, almost mahogany color, whereas male sable antelope are a little bit closer towards black in their tone. They do have a pretty interesting herd dynamic too. There'll be one alpha male sable antelope that's in charge of that herd. We'll instruct them where to go to help them find food, shelter, water, and all those necessities that they need. But if the females of the herd decide they don't want to go where he tells them to, they simply won't, and there is nothing he can do to stop
Should have
that.
also recorded with my
Even
little
though
pocket
he's in
cam.
charge, is he really in charge?
That would have been a less bumpy upload.
Looks like a few more wildebeest around the corner here on your right-hand side, too.
Yeah, see some up close wildebeest in a sec.
They will migrate all throughout Africa to try and find water. And since our herds are so large, wildebeest kick up so much dust and dirt, we can track their migration patterns from space. You can also
That's a
see
lot
some
of dirt.
springbok hanging out on the hillside.
Hey,
to your right.
babies.
Really small, light ruddy antelope, thin black stripe, plain white belly. They're some of my personal favorite animals on the reserve. The ones you
They're
see
so
here are
beautiful.
fully grown. They only reach about 80 to 100 pounds.
Zoom in a
Despite their
tad.
small size, springbok can actually jump about 6 feet vertically and 13 feet
Beautiful.
horizontally, hence that name springbok. They get scared or excited, they do what's called pronking. Arch of accident, upside down U shape, and kind of bounce the stands to get at speed. Looks like there's also a Maasai giraffe on your left-hand side here too.
Oh, right there.
Oh, look at it. Giraffe do spend most of the day eating about 16 to 18
Oh, he's
hours
behind
a day.
us. I can't see
They
him.
need to sleep for about 30 minutes each
There
day
we
too.
go.
They usually
Try
break
that.
up into a bunch of minute-long naps.
Between the
Rather than taking
trees,
full
see 'em,
30
guys?
minutes in one go. More often than not, giraffe do tend to sleep standing up. So I think we're going to take a detour off this path. We're going to make out towards elephant country.
It's another one of the little springboks.
Direction. Outdoor trees like the ones up ahead of us here are always a great sign that something much larger and much stronger than it comes to this way. So we're going to take a look at it, see what we can find.
Oh, yeah.
Again, guys, really sorry for the bouncies.
Some luck here. Look very carefully at the head of us behind those bushes. You might be able to see an African. We should get a good look here.
Oh, we're on the lookout for an elephant here, guys. Oh, there we go.
Side hanging out back in the bushes, kind of light gray monkeys, blue and red markings, their face and hindquarters.
The mandrills.
Mandrills are the largest species of monkeys. Males weigh just 100 pounds, and females are
Oh, monkey back there somewhere.
Right of those markings are a male mandrill, the more down they are.
I don't think I saw him.
We'll get a better look at this African elephant to your right hand side here.
Beautiful.
Ahead of us.
Better look at the elephants. We like that.
It's an African elephant for a few different reasons. First and foremost, we are in Africa.
Oh, look, I hope we can stop.
Than their cousin, the Asian elephant.
Oh,
They
he's
are
so
sort of shaped
beautiful.
Similar to the continents of Africa, but that's more just a coincidence, if anything. They are unfortunately an endangered species as well. Farmers in Africa were kind of having a hard time keeping them away from their crops. The elephants might come to those crops and get a quick snack. farmers were having to use some less than kind means to try and keep the elephants away, even though they didn't really want to. So around the world, we wanted to.
He's very brown as opposed to gray.
We've been called for
Now, one of my
gardening.
personal favorite solutions actually came from the Elephants and Bees project. They were studying elephant vocalizations at the time, and as it turns out, elephants are actually afraid of bees and will warn each other when there are bees nearby. So using their information, they helped farmers in Kenya develop a type of fence that stores a beehive inside the fence itself. Farmers can place on their crops, elephants will stay with the bees and their friends, and the farmers get the added benefit making a profit from the honey the bees make. Gotcha. It sounds like a pretty sweet deal to me. If you learn more about the Conservation Fund or any Conservation Fund sponsored projects, you can do that at any merchandise location here at the Bees Animal Kingdom. You can also make a donation if you like, and the Walt Disney Company will match every donation made, dollar for dollar, with every single cent helping out wildlife like you see here on this reserve today. I do see lots of tusk marks here on either side of the truck.
Yeah, the red flag.
Footprints nearby too. So that's a good sign we might see some more elephants nearby. And they like to scrape their tusks against that clay. They're going to break off small chunks and actually end up eating those chunks of clay. They're super high in minerals like iron, which is great for their plant-based diet, so it's kind of like nature's multivitamin for them.
Nature's pretty cool like that.
Start heading out toward the watering hole up ahead of us, see if we can find any around there, because that is usually where they spend a lot of their time. When we studied elephants' vocalization, we did learn a couple things about them that we weren't really expecting to. One of which is they can talk to each other a lot more than we thought. And that's because they'll really communicate at an infrasonic level. What that means is that it's lower than the human range of hearing, so we can't understand most of their vocalizations simply because we just can't even hear them. We also learned elephants will talk to each other from a lot farther away than we thought. It's because those infrasonic waves send vibrations through the ground. Elephants can sense them for about 5 miles apart from each other, but not just with their ears, also with their feet. Super handy when you try to play your friends on each other.
We're flooded!
Or try some predators, maybe those pesky bees. I don't see any more elephants, but I do see some greater flamingos on the left. The greater flamingos are one of 6 total species of flamingo in the world. They are the largest out of all 6 and the lightest pink. So the ones you see here are actually as pink as this type of flamingo gets. But they're really more and more light gray color. It takes about 2 years to be fully grown and fully pink. Flamingos will eat crustaceans like brine shrimp and krill that are super high in a mineral called beta-carotene. That's because of that bright pink tone. And it's the same thing in carrots to make that bright orange. A group of flamingos is also called a flamboyance.
I knew that.
And I know you knew that. A flamboyance.
All up ahead of us here. Usually a good place to see some more animals nearby. Lots of animals use mud as sunscreen, bug repellent, and moisturizer. And definitely the prevailing theory for their name is that it comes from a mistranslation of the Afrikaans word bites. The word bite means
I'm really sorry I did not bring my gimbal, you guys.
much wider.
It would have made this a bit smoother for
to
you.
help them to graze in grass rather than eating leaves off of bushes and tree branches.
I appreciate you being here.
Even though we haven't seen anything yet, the good news is they're a very social animal. They make groups we call a crash, so maybe we can stumble into a crash nearby. But in the meantime, we want to keep our
I
attention.
don't know if I want to stumble into a crash.
Cheetahs around here.
Oh, I love me some cheetahs.
Very carefully, at the very top of that hillside, back in the shade, there's a light yellow streak, black dots, a white tip on their tail. They blend in really well with those surroundings. And they are the fastest land animals in the world. Able to go 0 to 60 miles per hour in about 50 seconds.
Oh, let's see if I can zoom in for you
High
guys.
speeds up for about 5 seconds, so I have to slow down. They're more sprinters than they are marathons.
Cheetah.
Cheetah's
Oh, there you
claws
go.
are mostly non-retractable, which will help them to keep their
Oh, sorry. So bouncy.
They also have a couple of black teardrop markings, their eyes and muzzles. Kind of the same way athletes' eye black works for pigeons. Helps to keep them there at their eyes while chasing after their prey. And they need those adaptations because some of Africa's only diurnal hunters, meaning they hunt during the day rather than at night like most other predators. To your right hand side, you can see a water buck hanging out in the shade of those bushes.
Oh, hi, little buddy.
Kind of fuzzy looking. They are mostly non-migratory animal. They pick one water source and stick around their whole lives. They've adapted to
Oh, my lions.
There is a lion out there to our left-hand side.
Oh, look at him, guys. He's so beautiful.
We can tell this one is a male lion because he has the mane. Only males grow mane, the lionesses do not.
Well, some people don't know.
Definitely a cool sight to see them kind of awake like this. They are considered to be a nocturnal animal.
So
Spending about
beautiful.
16 to 14 hours a day resting or sleeping. At nighttime, they will have 2 different jobs. Female lions or lionesses. They're the ones
Lions
who
are special to me because my high school mascot and college mascot were lions.
It's not to say that male lions can't go out and hunt. Sometimes they do. Usually they'll be
Oh, yeah.
dads.
Yep, there she
There's
is.
a lioness out there too.
Oh, there she is. Let me zoom in for her.
Daytime, their eyesight is actually just as good as ours is, so she can see us just as well as we can see her
Ah,
right
so
now.
bouncy.
But at nighttime, their eyesight is about 6 times better than humans is. Capable of rugged speeds around 55 miles per hour. Highly padded paws, retractable claws. They can stay mostly silent while stalking after their prey.
So sorry for the bounce, y'all.
Volume, a lion's roar can be heard for about 5 miles away from the Looks like some burrows in the ground here to our left. Quickly warthogs like to dig. And if you look kind of carefully here in the shade of those trees, they're kind of back there to the left. Kind of dark brown, fuzzy looking rocks. You might see some tusks poking up there in the middle of that pile. And they are the world's
I don't
largest
see.
known mammals. They'll do research for hay right there. Close their snouts and hooves. And when they go into their burrows, they're going to back into them with tusks facing outwards to help defend themselves from predators. You might know a pretty famous warthog from the Lion King. It is Pumbaa, which probably knows that Pumbaa is also a Swahili word. It actually translates to foolish in English, which is very uncharacteristic of warthogs. They're very smart animals. They even work smarter rather than harder. They don't just do their own burrows. If they come across one that no one's using, it works just fine for them. They're going to save themselves the trouble and just use that one instead. Looks like there's some ostrich eggs on the right-hand side there, too. And a little better look at those warthogs.
Oh, it's a lot of eggs.
Ostrich eggs are incredibly durable. The average human being can stand on top of one without it cracking. That will stand about 400 pounds of pressure per square inch. And I think we're going to start making our way in towards the last section of the reserve here, called the Magadi Glen. Warden Wilson Matua set up his outpost in the Glen, killing some of the outskirts of the reserve. And he's also adopted a couple of Nigerian dwarf goats to take care of. We'll see them on the camp here to our left.
It's a dwarf goats.
Now, Warden Wilson adopted these goats for a few reasons. They're pretty cute. They like to run around and play around a lot.
Aww, I love goats.
Incredibly nutritious. More nutritious than cows, but they're easier to take care of too, since the goats require a bit less space and will eat almost any vegetation. They're definitely an important lesson too. You gotta make sure you do your research before you adopt an animal. Make sure they're a good fit for you. Goats need a lot of outdoor space. They're pretty hard to potty train, and they love to climb. They have a great sense of balance. So maybe not the best animals to keep at home, but they work out really well here on the reserve. Having domesticated animals helps us rely a little bit less on wildlife to get profit, because we can sell goat's milk and goat's cheese to the local village. We are starting to go back to the Forest Village and off the reserve, so we have some time.
You guys, I feel terrible for the bounce. I feel so bad for not bringing my gimbal.
All the animals we saw in the reserve today, especially ones
But
that
I
are
will for the rest of the trip, just in case we decide to do a live. And for those who are watching on the replay, so sorry for the bounce.
Those 3 R's: reduce, reuse, and recycle. Especially things like our paper products. You can also switch using a more sustainable resource too. So, for example, things like paper towels and toilet paper, you can actually find alternatives being made out of bamboo. Bamboo grows around 4 times faster than any type of tree does. When you cut down a shoot of bamboo, it's going to keep growing from that same shoot. Unlike trees, you have to replant that tree, wait for it to grow, collect more wood. Little things like that will help make sure that these animals are around for decades to come. And now, my
That's
friends,
pretty.
time to double check your rows. Make sure you still have all of your personal belongings with you. It does get a little bit funky on the reserve, so things may have shifted around.
Yes, it gets bumpy.
Parents, your personal belongings does include your children. Make sure you take them with you. And if you have any trash or recyclables, please bring those off the truck as well. For any wilderness explorers on board today, you've been on board the Simba 1. That is S-I-M-B-A like the lion, and 1 is the number 1. Here in Harambe, my friends, we do not like to say goodbye. It's far too sad and far too formal. So instead, we prefer to borrow the Swahili phrase of Kwaherini, which means to go well. So my friends, Kwaherini, go well, go wild. Enjoy your stay here at Disney's Animal Kingdom or wherever your adventures take you all off to. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, come right up and ask. My name is Zach from Denver, Colorado. My windows are quite literally always open. I don't have any.
Thank you, Zach.
On the right, watch your hands, arms, feet, and legs. We're just sliding open. Once again, go out there, friends. Go well, go wild. Go drink some water. Have a great rest of your day.
All right.
That was great.
Thank you.
Appreciate that.
Ooh.
Best one I've ever had. I've been on this Charlie.
And that's that, my friends. Let me get to a place where I can turn around and talk with you and see what the chat says. And we'll wrap up for this one. Okay, my backpack back on my back. And there goes my friend about to walk right through my picture. You're clear. Wait, I pinned a chat that I don't know what I pinned. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I just want to see what it says. Thanks for posting. Hey, Monica, thanks for being here. And again, sorry I didn't bring my gimbal. It's very, very bouncy. I will pack it for the subsequent days. Yeah, I'm sorry, and it was making me get ahead. So just kind of chill out and don't watch it if it's gonna make you not feel well. But thanks for being here, and I really didn't know if anybody would even show up. I just thought it's a way to get some content on the channel, but I will bring the gimbal next time, and I will be taking some video with my regular camera, which is a gimbal in itself, throughout the day, and hopefully I'll have a moment tonight that I can kind of edit some things together and get that up for you. But I do, it was a big face, I'm sorry about that. I appreciate those of you who stopped by, and we'll see you around the parks. Have a very, very wonderful and magical day. Thanks so much. See you next time.